In the stillness of remote places, where the whispers of nature fill the air and the horizon stretches endlessly, there lies a hidden darkness. It is in these isolated settings that some of the most chilling encounters occur, where the heartbeat of vulnerability quickens under the gaze of strangers. Today, we delve into 3 harrowing personal accounts that will make you question the safety of solitude and the intentions of those you might encounter in the wilderness. Our first story takes us deep into the heart of the Appalachian Mountains. A young hiker named Sarah had always found solace in the rugged beauty of the trails. One crisp autumn morning, she set out for a solo trek, eager to embrace the tranquility that the mountains offered. The path wound through vibrant foliage, the leaves crackling underfoot as she climbed higher. As the day wore on, the trail began to thin, and the sounds of nature enveloped her. It was peaceful until it wasn't. After a few hours, Sarah noticed a figure in the distance. At first, it seemed harmless, just another hiker. But as she approached, unease settled in her stomach. The man wore a tattered jacket, his face obscured by shadows. He stood off the trail, staring directly at her with an intensity that sent shivers down her spine. Sarah hesitated, considering her options. She could turn back, but the thought of retracing her steps felt like defeat. Instead, she pushed forward, forcing a smile as she passed by. "Nice day for a hike, isn't it?" she said, attempting to break the tension. The man didn't respond. He simply continued to stare, his eyes unblinking, as if she were a puzzle he was trying to solve. A chill crept up her spine, and she quickened her pace, glancing back to see him still watching her. With every step, her mind raced. Was he just an eccentric hiker, or was there something darker lurking beneath the surface? As she rounded a bend, she felt a wave of relief wash over her. But that relief was short-lived. Moments later, she heard footsteps behind her. The sound was steady, deliberate. Panic surged through her veins, and she broke into a run. The forest blurred around her as she pushed herself to go faster, her heart pounding in her ears. Eventually, she reached a clearing and turned to look back. The man was gone, swallowed by the trees, but the fear lingered. What if he had been following her? What if she had been in real danger? That hike, which had begun as a peaceful escape, transformed into a haunting memory that would stay with her forever. Our second account takes us across the country to the desolate stretches of the Nevada desert. Here, we meet Tom, a man drawn to the allure of solitude and adventure. One evening, he decided to camp under the stars, far away from the distractions of city life. As the sun dipped below the horizon, he set up his tent, the vast emptiness around him both exhilarating and intimidating. As night fell, the desert came alive with sounds, the rustle of nocturnal creatures and the soft whisper of the wind. Tom sat by the fire, lost in thought, when suddenly he noticed a flicker of light in the distance. At first, he assumed it was a fellow camper, but as the light grew closer, he realized it was a single flashlight beam cutting through the darkness. Tom's heart raced as the figure approached. It was a woman, her face partially hidden by a hood. She walked with a deliberate slowness, the light illuminating her path. As she reached the edge of his campsite, she stopped, her expression unreadable. "Do you have any water?" she asked, her voice low and steady. Tom nodded, a mixture of concern and curiosity washing over him. He got up to grab a bottle from his cooler, trying to gauge her demeanor. There was something off about her presence, an unsettling aura that made him second-guess his decision to engage. "Here you go," he said, handing her the bottle. She took it without a word, her eyes scanning the campsite. Tom felt a chill as he watched her. There was an uncomfortable silence, and he couldn't shake the feeling that he was being watched in return. After a few moments, she spoke again, her voice barely above a whisper. "Have you seen anyone else out here?" Tom's stomach dropped. Why would she be asking that? A flood of questions raced through his mind. Was she lost? Did she mean harm? "No, it's just me," he replied cautiously. A flicker of disappointment crossed her face, and she turned away, walking back into the darkness. Tom watched her disappear, his instincts screaming at him to pack up and leave. He didn't sleep that night, the flickering shadows and the haunting silence keeping him on edge. The next morning, he found traces of her presence, footprints leading away from his camp, but no sign of her anywhere. The sense of isolation now felt suffocating, and he hastily packed his belongings, vowing never to camp alone in the desert again. Our final story brings us to the coastal cliffs of Oregon. Here we meet Alex, a travel blogger who often sought out remote locations for his content. One afternoon, he decided to explore a hidden beach, a spot he had heard about from locals. The journey down was treacherous, but the reward was breathtaking. The sun setting over the turbulent waves, casting an orange hue across the sky. As he set up his camera to capture the moment, he noticed a man sitting on a rock, staring out at the ocean. Initially, Alex thought nothing of it, but as he began filming, the man's gaze shifted toward him. There was something unsettling about the way the man watched him, as if he were studying every move. Feeling a prick of unease, Alex tried to focus on his work, but the man's presence loomed over him. As the sun dipped lower, he decided to approach the stranger, hoping to strike up a conversation to ease the tension. "Beautiful view, huh?" Alex called out, forcing a smile. The man turned slowly, his expression void of emotion. "You shouldn't be here," he said, his voice gravelly and low. "Why not?" Alex replied, trying to keep the mood light. The man's eyes darkened. "This place isn't safe. You don't belong here." A chill ran down Alex's spine. The warning felt more like a threat. He backed away slowly, sensing the urgency to leave. As he turned to go, he heard the man call after him, his tone more urgent now. "Don't trust anyone. It's not just the waves you need to worry about." The words echoed in Alex's mind as he hurried back up the path, his heart racing. He glanced back, but the man was gone, swallowed by the shadows of the cliffs. The sense of foreboding lingered as he left the beach, the magic of the sunset tainted by an unsettling encounter. These stories remind us that even in the most beautiful and serene environments, danger can lurk just beneath the surface. The world is vast, and while adventure calls, it's essential to remain aware of our surroundings and the people we encounter. As you venture into the unknown, keep your instincts sharp and remember, not all who wander are lost, but some may have intentions darker than the shadows they cast. If these chilling encounters intrigue you, and you want to learn how to create videos like this one, check the link in the bio to discover how you can earn in dollars on YouTube.